Think back to a time when you felt completely stuck, when pain followed you everywhere and nothing seemed to help. I know that feeling all too well. 2 years ago, I was trapped in a cycle of endless treatments, expensive therapies, and quick fixes that never lasted. But what if I told you that the most powerful healing method doesn't cost anything? That's right. The same method that completely transformed my life and helped thousands of others is something anyone can do, anywhere, at any time. This isn't another trendy wellness practice or complicated spiritual ritual. It's something far more powerful because it taps into your body's natural ability to heal itself. You're probably wondering how something free and simple could work when expensive treatments haven't. Maybe you've tried meditation apps that put you to sleep but didn't fix the problem, or yoga classes that made you more flexible but didn't touch the deep pain inside. Perhaps you've even spent thousands on therapists who helped you understand your problems but couldn't make them go away. I get it. I've been there too. But stay with me, because what I'm about to share changed everything for me. And it might just be the answer you've been searching for. Let's talk about what's really at stake here. Every day you spend carrying around unhealed pain is a day you're not fully living. I used to wake up feeling heavy, like I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. My relationships suffered because I couldn't be fully present. Work became harder because I couldn't focus. Even simple joys like playing with my dog or going for a walk felt empty. Does this sound familiar? But here's what most people don't realize. When we ignore our need for healing, the cost isn't just emotional. It seeps into every area of our lives. Think about it. How many opportunities have you missed because you didn't feel good enough? How many beautiful moments have slipped by because you were too caught up in your pain? I spent over $10,000 on different treatments, trying everything from traditional therapy to energy healing. Some of these treatments helped a little, but none of them gave me the lasting change I desperately needed. The biggest cost isn't even the money or time, it's the life you're missing out on while you're stuck in pain. Every day you wait is another day spent living at half capacity, another day where you can't fully show up for yourself or the people you love. I know because I counted those days, wondering if I'd ever feel whole again. But here's the truth that changed everything for me. Your body already knows how to heal. Just like it knows how to heal a cut or fight off a cold, it knows how to heal emotional and spiritual wounds too. We just need to get out of its way and let it do what it naturally knows how to do. 3 years ago, my life looked completely different. From the outside, everything seemed fine. I had a good job, a nice apartment, and plenty of friends. But inside, I was falling apart. The anxiety attacks would hit without warning, leaving me gasping for air in my office bathroom. The physical pain moved around my body like an unwanted guest, settling in my shoulders, then my back, then my stomach. Some days, just getting out of bed felt like climbing a mountain. I tried everything the experts recommended. Meditation apps helped me sleep, but I'd wake up with the same heavy feeling. Yoga classes made my body feel better for a few hours, but the peace never lasted. I filled my house with healing crystals, sage, and essential oils, hoping something would finally click. I spent my weekends at wellness workshops and healing circles, collecting certificates and techniques like they were Pokemon cards. Each new method brought a glimmer of hope, but that hope always faded, leaving me more frustrated than before. The worst part wasn't the pain or the anxiety, it was the shame. Shame that I couldn't fix myself despite trying so hard. Shame that I had to fake being okay when friends asked how I was doing. Shame that I was spending so much money on treatments while other people seemed to be living their best lives without any help at all. Looking back, I can see that this rock bottom period was actually a gift. It stripped away everything I thought I knew about healing and forced me to look deeper. All those expensive treatments and fancy techniques taught me one crucial lesson. True healing isn't about adding more things to your life. It's about removing the blocks that prevent your natural healing ability from working. The breakthrough came on a random Tuesday morning. I was sitting in my car, having just spent another $200 on a treatment that didn't help, when something inside me just snapped. Not in a bad way, but in that moment of total clarity when you finally see the truth. I realized I had been looking for answers in all the wrong places. Every expert I consulted, every book I read, every course I took, they were all telling me to look outside myself for healing. But what if the real answers were inside all along? This realization led me down a completely different path. Instead of chasing the next healing trend or miracle cure, I started listening to my body. Really listening, maybe for the first time in my life. I began noticing patterns in how my body responded to different situations. I started paying attention to the subtle signals it had been sending me all along. Signals I had been too busy or too distracted to notice. At first, this new approach felt too simple to work. There were no complicated techniques to master, no expensive tools to buy, no certificates to earn. Just me, quietly tuning into what my body was trying to tell me. But as the days turned into weeks, something amazing started happening. The anxiety attacks became less frequent. The physical pain began to ease. The heavy feeling that had been my constant companion for so long started to lift. The changes were subtle at first, so subtle that I almost missed them. But then others started noticing too. Friends commented on how I seemed more relaxed, more present. My boss mentioned that my work had improved. Even my skin started looking better, though I hadn't changed anything in my skincare routine. It was like my whole system was finally able to relax and do what it naturally knew how to do: heal. This period of transformation taught me something crucial about healing. Our bodies are incredible machines that want to be well. Think about it. When you cut your finger, you don't have to tell your body how to heal the wound. It just knows. The same principle applies to emotional and spiritual healing. Our bodies know exactly what to do. We just need to create the right conditions and get out of the way. The method I discovered during this time isn't complicated or mysterious. It doesn't require any special equipment or training. You don't need to change your religion or adopt any new beliefs. It's simply about reconnecting with your body's natural healing ability, an ability we all have, but most of us have forgotten how to use. What makes this method different is that it's not about adding more things to your life. It's not another technique to master or practice to maintain. Instead, it's about removing the barriers that block your natural healing ability. Think of it like clearing a clogged pipe. Once you remove the blockage, water flows naturally. You don't need to teach the water how to flow. It already knows. Through working with this method, I discovered that most of our healing blocks come from trying too hard. We've been conditioned to believe that healing has to be complicated or difficult to be effective. But what if the opposite is true? What if the simplest approach is actually the most powerful? In the beginning, I was worried that I had somehow just gotten lucky, that my experience was a one-time miracle that couldn't be repeated. But then I started sharing what I'd learned with others. A friend who had been struggling with chronic pain, a co-worker dealing with grief, a family member battling depression. One by one, they began experiencing the same transformations I had. The results weren't always instant, but they were consistent. People who followed the method started noticing changes within days or weeks. Better sleep, more energy, clearer thinking, improved relationships. The changes would start small, maybe just feeling a bit lighter in the morning or having an easier time falling asleep. But over time, these small changes would snowball into major transformations. What amazed me most was how the method worked for different types of healing. Whether someone was dealing with physical pain, emotional trauma, or spiritual disconnection, the basic principle remained the same. Remove the blocks, and the body knows how to heal itself. It was like discovering a universal key that could unlock any door to healing. This brings us to where we are today. After seeing how this method has helped not just me, but hundreds of others, I knew I had to share it more widely. Not because I want to be another healing guru or expert telling you what to do, but because I believe everyone deserves to know that they have this healing ability within them. You don't need to spend years searching for answers or thousands of dollars on treatments. The power to heal is already inside you, waiting to be unleashed. As we dive deeper into the method, I want you to remember one thing. Your journey might look different from mine or anyone else's. That's okay. In fact, it's exactly how it should be. True healing isn't about following someone else's path perfectly. It's about finding your own way back to wholeness. The method I'm going to share isn't a rigid set of rules to follow. It's more like a roadmap that will help you rediscover your body's natural healing ability. Throughout this journey, you might find yourself questioning whether something this simple can really work. That's normal. Our minds are conditioned to believe that effective solutions must be complicated. But think about the most powerful forces in nature: gravity, love, the beating of your heart. None of these are complicated. They're simple, yet incredibly powerful. The same is true for your body's healing ability. What I'm about to share with you isn't just another healing technique. It's a return to what your body naturally knows how to do. It's about remembering what we've forgotten in our rush to find complicated solutions to simple problems. Are you ready to discover just how powerful simple can be? Are you ready to tap into the healing ability that's been inside you all along? Picture your body as a flowing river. When the river flows freely, everything works perfectly. Fish can swim, plants can grow, and the water stays clean and fresh. But what happens when rocks and branches block the flow? The water becomes stagnant, things stop growing, and the whole system suffers. This is exactly how energy works in your body. When energy flows freely, you feel amazing, healthy, happy, and full of life. But when it gets blocked, that's when problems start showing up. Every day, your body deals with all kinds of energy. Good energy from things like laughing with friends or eating healthy food, but also heavy energy from stress, negative thoughts, or toxic situations. Most of us never learned how to handle all this energy. Instead, we just pack it away inside, like stuffing too many clothes into a closet. Eventually, that closet gets so full it won't close properly. That's when we start feeling sick, tired, or emotionally drained. The amazing thing about your body is that it naturally knows how to process all this energy. Think about how you feel after a good cry. That heavy feeling in your chest finally releases and you feel lighter. That's your body naturally clearing blocked energy. Or how about when you take a long walk in nature? That peaceful feeling isn't just in your head, it's your body naturally rebalancing its energy. These aren't coincidences. They're examples of your body's natural healing system in action. This healing method works because it's built on one simple truth. Your body wants to heal. It's not about forcing change or fighting against yourself. Instead, it's about creating the right conditions for natural healing to happen. Think about putting a plant in sunlight. You don't have to tell the plant how to grow. You just need to give it the right conditions, and it grows by itself. The first step is something I call energy listening. This isn't about sitting in meditation for hours or trying to see colorful auras. It's much simpler. Throughout your day, your body sends you signals about what it needs. A tight feeling in your shoulders might mean you're carrying too much stress. A heavy feeling in your stomach might be telling you something isn't right in a relationship. Most of us ignore these signals or try to push through them. But these signals are like text messages from your body telling you exactly what needs attention. The second part focuses on energy clearing. Remember that closet stuffed with clothes? We need to clear it out, but in a way that doesn't overwhelm your system. This method teaches you how to release built-up energy gently and safely. No dramatic emotional breakdowns needed. Just steady, consistent clearing that gives your body space to heal. The third part involves energy rebuilding. Once you've cleared the old stuck energy, you need to fill that space with good energy. This isn't about positive thinking or repeating affirmations. It's about practical actions that naturally boost your energy, like spending time in nature, moving your body in ways that feel good, or connecting with people who lift you up. Let's break down exactly what this looks like in real life. Every morning, start with a simple body scan. This takes just 5 minutes. Lie in bed and notice how your body feels. Don't try to change anything, just notice. Where do you feel tension? Where do you feel relaxed? This builds your energy listening skills and helps you catch problems before they get bigger. Throughout the day, practice what I call mini clearings. These are quick energy checks you can do anywhere. Feeling stressed at work? Take 30 seconds to breathe deeply and imagine releasing that tension. Feeling drained after a difficult conversation? Take a moment to shake out your hands and feet, letting go of that heavy energy. These small actions might seem too simple to make a difference, but they prevent energy from getting stuck in your body. The evening practice is crucial for deep healing. This is when you process the day's experiences. Spend 15 minutes doing gentle movement, stretching, walking, or swaying to music. Let your body lead the way. Some days you might need vigorous movement to release stuck energy. Other days you might need to lie quietly and breathe. Trust what your body tells you it needs. This daily practice isn't about perfection. Some days you might do all 3 parts, other days just one. That's completely fine. What matters is consistency over time. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't expect one day of brushing to prevent all cavities. It's the regular practice that makes the difference. Your body is incredibly wise. It knows exactly what kind of movement it needs, what emotions need to be released, and what kind of energy will help it heal. Our job isn't to direct this process, but to create space for it to happen naturally. This might mean setting boundaries with energy-draining people, changing daily habits that don't serve you, or simply giving yourself permission to rest when you need it. Remember, healing isn't a linear process. Some days you'll feel amazing, like you finally figured it all out. Other days might feel like you're back at square one. This is normal. Healing moves in cycles, like waves in the ocean. The key is to trust the process and keep showing up for your daily practice, even when it doesn't feel like much is happening. Think about learning to ride a bike. At first, you need to think about every move you make, but eventually it becomes natural. Your body just knows what to do. The same thing happens with this healing method. What starts as conscious practice becomes your natural way of being. Your body remembers how to heal itself, and maintaining good energy becomes as automatic as breathing. This method works because it's sustainable. You don't need to dramatically change your life or spend hours each day on complicated practices. Instead, you're building simple habits that support your body's natural healing ability. Over time, these small actions create massive change, not through force, but through gentle, consistent care of your energy system. The biggest reason people struggle with healing isn't because they're doing something wrong. It's because of hidden blocks they don't even know they have. Think of these blocks like invisible walls. You keep bumping into them, but you can't see what's stopping you. Let's shine a light on these hidden blocks so you can finally move past them. The first block is what I call the complexity trap. We've been taught that healing has to be complicated to work. If it's not expensive, time-consuming, or difficult, we think it can't be effective. I spent years falling for this trap, always looking for the next advanced technique or complicated practice. But real healing is like breathing. It should feel natural and easy. When you find yourself making things more complicated than they need to be, that's your sign to step back and return to simplicity. Another major block is the worthiness wall. Deep down, many of us don't believe we deserve to feel good. We've carried our pain for so long that it becomes part of our identity. Who would we be without our struggles? This fear keeps us stuck, unconsciously resisting the very healing we say we want. Remember this. You don't need to earn the right to feel good. Your body's natural state is health and wholeness. You're not being selfish by focusing on your healing. You're simply returning to your natural state. The time trap is another common block. People think they need hours each day for healing work, but healing doesn't happen in long, dramatic sessions. It happens in small moments throughout your day. A minute of deep breathing here, a quick energy check there. These small actions add up to big changes over time. Don't wait until you have enough time to start healing. Start with what you have right now. Let me share some real stories from people who've used this method. Sarah was dealing with anxiety so bad she could barely leave her house. She started with just 5 minutes of morning practice. Within 3 weeks, she noticed she could go grocery shopping without panic attacks. By month 3, she was taking weekend trips with friends, something she hadn't done in years. Mike's story really shows how physical pain connects to emotional healing. He had chronic back pain for 15 years. Doctors couldn't find anything wrong on X-rays or MRI scans. After 6 weeks of energy clearing work, his pain level dropped from an 8 to a 3. But here's the interesting part. As his pain decreased, he started dealing with old emotional wounds he'd been carrying. The physical pain was like a shield, protecting him from feelings he wasn't ready to face. Lisa's transformation took longer, but it shows how deep healing can go. She came to this method after years of trauma therapy. While therapy helped her understand her past, she still felt disconnected from her body. Using these simple energy practices, she slowly rebuilt trust with herself. After 8 months, she said she finally felt at home in her body for the first time in her life. How do you know if this method is really working? The signs might be subtler than you expect. Most people notice small changes first. You might sleep better, even if it's just an extra 30 minutes of deep rest. Your digestion might improve. Friends might comment that your skin looks brighter or that you seem more relaxed. The deeper changes come next. You'll start catching yourself before you fall into old patterns. Instead of getting caught up in drama, you'll notice yourself stepping back and choosing a different response. Your emotions become more manageable, not because you're suppressing them, but because you understand how to process them naturally. One of the most significant signs is a change in your relationships. As you clear your own energy, you'll naturally attract different kinds of interactions. Toxic relationships might fade away on their own. New connections with supportive people seem to appear exactly when you need them. This isn't magic. It's what happens when you're no longer carrying energy that attracts difficult situations. The best way to start is to keep things simple. Pick one practice from this method and do it for 5 minutes each day. Maybe it's the morning body scan, or perhaps it's the evening energy clearing. Don't worry about doing it perfectly. Just show up and give it your full attention for those 5 minutes. Keep a simple journal of what you notice. Not every day will feel amazing, and that's okay. Healing isn't about feeling good all the time. It's about learning to flow with whatever comes up. Some days you might feel worse before you feel better. This is normal. It's like cleaning out an old closet. Sometimes things get messier before they get organized. Trust your body's timing. Some people notice big changes within days, while others take weeks or months to see results. Your healing journey is unique to you. The only wrong way to do this is to not do it at all. Start where you are, use what you have, and trust that each small step matters. As we wrap up this journey together, remember that you're not starting from scratch. Your body already knows how to heal. It's been waiting for you to listen. The method I've shared isn't about learning something new. It's about remembering something you've always known, but might have forgotten. Every person who's gone through deep healing started exactly where you are now. They had the same doubts, the same fears, and the same questions. But they took that first step anyway. They started with 5 minutes a day. They trusted the process even when it felt too simple to work. And now their lives are completely different. You have everything you need to start right now. No special equipment, no expensive courses. Just you, your body, and the willingness to begin. The power to heal has always been inside you. Today, you're simply choosing to activate it. Remember, this isn't the end of your story. It's just the beginning. Your body is ready to heal. Your energy is ready to flow. And a whole new chapter of your life is waiting to unfold. Take that first step today and trust that you're exactly where you need to be on your healing journey. In next week's video, I'll show you how to supercharge these practices with a special morning routine that makes everything work even better. Until then, start with what you've learned today. Your future self will thank you for beginning now. Remember, real healing is possible. You've already taken the first step by watching this video. Now it's time to take action and begin your journey to permanent healing. Drop a comment below sharing which part of this method resonates most with you, and let's support each other on this healing journey. Thank you for being here, for being ready to change, and for trusting in your body's natural ability to heal. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll dive even deeper into these transformative practices.